Can you give us a couple of examples of a really sort of traditional Indian type arrangement? So whether it's holidays or things like that. I know for us in the Chinese culture, it's Chinese New Year. It's those sorts of things. Is it? Because I really know little about the Indian culture, to be honest.
Trust me, there's lots of similarities because like I've grown in a country with both Chinese and Indian cultures.
Yeah.
But I'll give you a couple of examples, right? So in our culture, like rather than us and the family and the members of the family getting importance and things like that, we always prioritize the happiness and the needs of other people, whether it be like your neighbors or your extended family or your like something like that, which is a good thing, by the way, to some extent. But let me give you a small example. All my holidays growing up, like going back to, so I've started traveling now on my own, but when I was growing up, like going back to India for holidays, I remember being very, very frustrated because like it wasn't really a holiday. I was just hopping from like one house to another to sort of meet every single relative. And otherwise, like someone's gonna be like, oh, he came and then he didn't visit us, and they'll get upset, and then you have to deal with all that. So it was, my holidays involved hopping from one house to another and visiting lots and lots of temples. Like that was my holiday. So that's one example. And then another example is like, we I think you guys do too. Like, you know how you look at feng shui and things like that.
Yeah,
so luck.
Yeah, things like that,
Things like that, astrology, things. It's a strong belief in Indian culture. So like they look at like planetary positions when you were born, and then apparently that influences your life and things like that. So whenever you do like certain auspicious things, like let's say you opening up a business or building a new house and doing a housewarming ceremony, you have to check like the planetary alignments and the appropriate dates and the times to do these things.
The numbers have to be right as well.
Things like,
Why do you think that is? So we discussed on an earlier episode why we believe Chinese love that, and then also why it then feeds into gambling, because Asians love gambling.
Yeah.
Well, why do you think that the Indians are so fixated on that?
I think the Indian culture as well as the Chinese culture, they're both probably one of the oldest cultures in the world. Very, very rich in cultural heritage. And obviously these guys have done a lot of things right for like thousands and thousands of years. And clearly like their beliefs and whatever they've done, it has helped them. You know, there's some very, very strong, you know, Chinese dynasties who've been way ahead of their time back in the day. Same with Indian kings who, you know, explored multiple different regions, did business, had good civilizations. Like they were way ahead of their time compared to anyone like around. So like clearly their strong values, beliefs, whichever force or energy they believed in, it helped them achieve these things.
Okay.
So I think you and I, like we sort of have to look at that and like respect that for what it is, and then like form our opinion of that, and then try to see how it fits into our lives, which is obviously hard.
Yeah. So, I 100% agree with you. You know, even I don't want to talk much about religion because this isn't a religious podcast, but in saying that, you look at Catholicism, it's only really been around for 2,000 years.
Yeah.
Whereas you look at some of the other religions, they triple, quadruple that.
Yeah.
And then even yourself as a medical professional, some of the Western medicine versus the traditional Eastern medicine.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
That stuff's been around for thousands of years.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, it might not agree with the science, but it's there and it worked. It worked.
It's clearly helped people in the past and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.